morning, kids. What time is it?
Hey, it's Edson with GeekTime TV. I wanted to talk about this little gem of a comic that just came out. Well, it came out a couple months ago. Somehow I missed it. This issue number one, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, came out in October, and now issue number two is already out. Um, Not sure how I missed this because it's become an instant hit, and I can see why. I read it. It's and the hype is well deserved on this. I don't know, something was going on maybe in some with work and life, and I just missed it, and I'm kind of upset about it because this is the type of comic that I can see coming from a mile away, and I'm really jumping right on it. But not this time. This time I'm late for the party, but better than late than ever, I guess. By the time I like I said, by the time I noticed this, it was on issue number two. I went to get back. I went to get the number one, and the first printing sold out. People on eBay were already selling it for $20, $30 a month after it came out. Now it's more like $40 or $50. So I did the next best thing. I got the second printing, which um, which I'm glad because I got to read the story. But and now this second printing is probably already sold out by now too. Um, One of my first clues that this was going to be a big hit was when I went to do a general search to see if I could still get the first printing. I got a bunch of links to stores like Walmart and Target, which are not stores that typically sell comic books, but so and when I went and followed the links on those, it was actually bringing me to a link to the trade paperback that will be coming out maybe in like 5 or 6 months, and it'll probably collect the first 5 or 6 issues of this. So those issues aren't even out. It's the trade paperback will be coming out, at least 6 months from now, and already places like Walmart and Target, which are not really comic friendly places, already trying to get you to buy ahead of time the trade paperback for this. So I knew that this story was a hit, and I regretted that I didn't get it right away. But like I said, I got the second printing. I read it. I loved it. I am, it, as I said, it's already been out for about 3 months now. So I am gonna just talk about it with spoilers. So spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this. It's a really great story. It's put out by IDW and written and the story and art by Patton. His name is Patton Oswalt. I have to admit, I had not heard of him in the comic book world before, but he's certainly showing that he's great with comics on this one. So the story is basically the story is that it's like an animal type of your animal characters, talking animals, and they live in this small town. It's like a kind of like a small town feel, like somewhere in the Midwest, the suburbs. And the main character Sam, she owns this local store. It looks like it seems like either a hardware store or like a general store or whatever. And everybody kind of just goes about being very friendly to each other. Just like I said, everybody knows who everybody else is, and they're very neighborly, always helping each other out. But Sam, who is very well known in this town and very well regarded, harbors a really dark secret. She has this compulsion to kill, and it's something that she can keep. She's very well controlled, keeps it very well under control. Nobody knows. Um, and once in a while, like every 3 weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, she has to give in to this compulsion in order to keep going. So her first rule of it, which is very smart, is that she never picks anybody from the town that she lives in, because that would be something that would be a red flag that something's going on near her. So wouldn't be long before suspicions came upon her or upon people around her, and eventually maybe figure out. So what she does is she goes into the city, the next, either one of the cities that nearby, or Just a very busy city where she knows that people going missing happens all the time, whereas at small town it doesn't happen that often. So she goes into the city where missing people, or in this case anim, animal graphics. I don't know. I'm not sure how to if I'm pronouncing that right, but animal characters go missing in the big city, and then she basically picks out a victim of opportunity. It's kind of like random, wherever she can just kind of isolate someone. She has an excuse to go into the city because she's got to pick up supplies for the store or whatever, and of course she goes with a van to pick up the supplies. So wherever she can meet somebody and kind of in an isolated area, and it's at a kind of a victim of opportunity. So it's kind of totally random, which is how she gets away with it. Then she gets the kills the animal character, animal person, I guess, and then. Of course, where the title comes in, beneath the trees where nobody sees, she goes and disposes of the body, and no one knows better. And this is how she lives her life, because she has to give in to this compulsion once in a while. And other than that, every other part of her life is just kind of a normal, small town, friendly life, and nobody has any kind of clue what's going on. Like I said, I did wind up getting the second. Printing. Read the story, really good. I also love I also love the art here, and there's some shots here in this page. I love this art. It's really nice. It really got like a nice texture to this. Just not, there's some narration, but not that you appreciate the art because it's not filled with words. So everything's like, look at all the animal characters just walking by, people just walking around, and here she is trying to, looks like she's faking that something's wrong with her van, and she finds her victim. There's a couple of pages here that I also wanted to share without giving everything away. And sometimes when this happens in a comic, where there's so much, it looks way too busy. But for some reason, I did not think so at all. I mean, this is really great art, and it doesn't seem like it's busy at all. It just kind of just tells a story. Here's another kind of shot that I liked. Really great art. So you get the story of her, how she gets through this, I guess, condition that's not, usually people can't really live like that because they get caught, but she's able to do it until something happens. There's a hook at the end of this issue where there's another character that's like killed in a very demonstrative way, where everybody not everybody sees how they're killed, but they see the body, and it's in the town itself. And then all of a sudden she's like, obviously it wasn't her, because that would break one of her most important rule, not to kill somebody local, but somebody else is. And now she's like, there's somebody else that's killing now. And then all of a sudden it puts the responsibility on her to try to find this person, to kind of expose them, because if not, then she might become a suspect at some point, if the investigation stumbles upon the remains that she's been getting rid of all this time, or hiding all this time. So it just kind of puts her existence in jeopardy. This kind of like life that she's been getting away with, puts it in jeopardy. And it's just, you don't, the way the story is told, it's like you kind of like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. And it's like, it's not like, doesn't seem like shocking, even though obviously that it is shocking, because it's basically a serial killer. But she comes across very friendly, before she actually goes and kills. And obviously, so after this first issue, now there's going to be like a problem in the town, because now there's another killer, and she's obviously going to try to. I'm assuming she's obviously going to try to put herself into the investigation and try to find the killer before, before the police does, or the sheriff does, so that the suspicion doesn't fall on her. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And I did get issue number 2. I'm gonna read that too, and probably if the story keeps going like it is now, I'm gonna come back and talk about issue number 2, because this is a really, really great start. I just feel horrible that I missed this when it first came out. Not just because I couldn't get the first printing number, but just because I'm so late in talking about it. Probably everybody's already talking about it out there. The only thing that I had a problem with, it was one panel, just one panel out of probably 100 panels, and one panel has a character react in shock over the dead body at the end, and they say because writers love to throw shock value into the character says Jesus Christ. I always hated this in writing. I always hated that writers use that as a way to provide shock value. I think there's many different ways to do that without having to have a character say Christ or Jesus Christ. I never liked it. Obviously, as a Christian, I hate it. And there's even writers out there who say they're Christian and they still do it, which is obviously I don't understand how they kind of conform that in their minds. But even if you're not, even if you don't believe in that faith, it's why you as a writer having your character say the name of somebody who you don't even care about. So either way, it doesn't make sense, and it's one of my biggest problems with media. When they have characters do that, I don't think it's necessary at all. There's plenty of other ways, especially in the comic book form. You could just have the character's expression give that away or whatever, but I don't think you need to be doing that. But otherwise, this was a great first issue, and in a year where I've had a hard time finding good comic books, this is a really nice surprise. And I hope that I hope this creator is able to keep this going. I'm gonna go read issue number 2 and hopefully be able to come back really soon to talk about it. And I just can't wait to see what happens next, because now it's it's kind of weird not weird, but that a story is written well when the reader is actually kind of trying to sympathize with a main character that's she's basically a serial killer, and now I'm worried it's that she's gonna get caught. I should want her to get caught, because I shouldn't want her to keep getting away with it, obviously. But but because the story is told from her point of view and how she conducts her life otherwise, I'm anxiously looking forward to the next issue where she's got to try to figure out who this other killer is before suspicions fall on her. So can't wait to look forward to that. I'm gonna go ahead and read issue number 2, and hopefully come back soon. And I completely anybody out there who even remotely likes comics, I highly recommend this comic. Just to me, it just came out of nowhere. Like I said, I have no idea why I missed it when it first came out, but usually it's something I see coming out, and I don't know how I missed it when it first came out, but I'm glad I'm here now reading it. That's it for me. Please let me know if you found this comic already and read it, and let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some GeekTime swag? Check out the merchandise available in the GeekTime TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share GeekTime TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.